If you have a wedding June 2013 or later, you can have it at Galloping Hill Inn. That was announced, and when they built this thing in September 2011, they had some numbers as to how much it would cost, when it would be built, who would be running it, and that might not work out exactly. So I brought this up about that press release and where they are now. Just one topic, a series of questions. September 27th, 2011, there was a press release on the new construction at Galloping Hill, and it said that it was going to be completed by the end of the the 2012 golf season. Obviously, that's not happening. So, what's the new final date? It says it would cost $17 million, including the tailor-made thing. That's probably not correct anymore. So, what's the new amount? And it said that Kemper Sports would be operating the banquet facility. Is that still on the table? And the last part is just general about county getting into the wedding banquet business. For example, Kenilworth, the Galloping Hill caterers pay $100,000 in taxes, something like that. And about $25,000 goes to the county, and in effect they're subsidizing the banquet facility. Is there anything, I mean, have you checked that this is legal, that you can go into competition with people who pay taxes to you? And if it is legal, is there any restriction? Like, could you set up your own actuarial place and go into competition against people? Is there anything that you can't do if you could set up a banquet facility and compete against people who are paying you taxes? That's it. Thanks.
Thank you for your question. I'll call on Director Zuber to start answering that question, and then County Manager will help with the dates and estimated costs of the Galloping Hill.
Mr. Chairman, in regard to the October 2012 finish date, there were some construction delays, which we now see as January 1st as a rough opening date of the facility.
Okay, any update, Director, on the cost estimate? Maybe the County Manager has that?
I don't at this time, but I can provide it to you.
It's my understanding that we are still on budget in terms of the cost of the project. Also, with regard to the question about Kemper or who will be operating the banquet facility, that has not been determined as of yet.
County Council, I don't know if there's any comment necessary on the legality of operating a banquet facility. Obviously, it's legal, but I don't know if there's any further comment that's necessary for that.
It's part, I mean, the main focus of it is it's part and parcel of the overall operation of the golf course. It wasn't created nor intended to be competitive in any particular area. I mean, that certainly will be a utilization of it as part of it, but I don't know what the rest of it sounded pretty much like a hypothetical as to what else we could do.
All right, thank you, County Council. Anyone else wishing to speak, please come forward.
Good evening, Chairman, freeholders, Jim Bittner, Cranford. As a follow-up to John's question, what is the projected cost of the new Union County Country Club that we're building over at Galloping Hill? You still haven't stated that. It was estimated to be $17 million. People are now thinking it's more in the neighborhood of $30 million. The numbers have been flying around. What is the number?
Those are probably your numbers.
There's some numbers out there. Okay, so I'm not saying they're my numbers, but you could give us your number.
I just heard, maybe you did too, the County Manager saying that the number is still on track.
On track, but what is that track? What is that number?
I don't have the, through you, Mr. Chairman, I don't have the exact information with me, but I can tell you that it is close to the budget which we had anticipated.
Which is $17 million.
Which is $17 million. Right. and I can get that exact information for you.
Okay, thank you.
So January 1, 2012, opening, they still say 17 million, even though they didn't really want to, they had to pull teeth to get the numbers.
Yeah, we had to dig that out of them.
Yeah, and now, it could well be 17 million because they'll ignore a lot of things that go in there that should, but they won't do it. I mean, it's a wedding banquet facility. You don't just put up a building and, you know, like a big barn and open the doors and people come in. You really have to make it look, you know, chandeliers, all that stuff. I mean, that's runs into millions of dollars to outfit this place. So 30 million is probably good if you were going to do a fair estimate of all the costs to get the thing up and running. And oddly enough, the press release did say Kemper Sports would be running it, but here they're not committed to that. They don't know.
Today they released the name Jennifer, somebody who's going to be in charge.
Or she will run it. You can call her if you want to schedule your banquet. So if you were going to have a banquet at the Galloping Hill Inn or the Grand Centurion or the Westwood, and you think they're a little expensive, well, give these guys a call. They'll probably do you a good deal. They don't care if they make a profit on this. I mean, they're just...
Well, the government's not supposed to be in the business of making a profit. That's been stated numerous times, you know, by Estrada, I believe.
Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll see.
Which I agree with, by the way.
Yeah,
but I don't think that the government is supposed to be in the business of competing with business. And that's what we are setting up the Union County Country Club over at Galloping Hill to do. They're going to compete with all of the banquet halls within 25-mile radius of Kenilworth.
and to the extent they do succeed, it means those other banquet halls fail, or they lose 50 events each, something like that.
Which is a tax base for the county.
But whether they'll succeed or not, I always had my doubts because it is a golf course, and weddings, they kind of like to park, and they kind of like to have those things during the day when people are golfing. So you wonder where the wedding parties and the golfers will park.
Oh, we'll probably end up with a parking garage next.
Yeah, like the Bolwitz garage. They have this big open space where it used to hit balls on at the side. Maybe they'll stick something in there, and that's probably going to be more parking. But you would think it would conflict. Like these public courses, they do. It's like an unusual occasion when they open it up to. It's not like everyday thing. But if they're going to have everyday, like luncheons. Right now they're using different halls when they want to run these business seminars. I guess they'll be using Galloping Hill for everything because it's free to them. It won't cost anything. So money they would have been paying, putting into the economy, would be taken out. Those might be the only people that get in, unless they really lower the prices. But if you are looking for a cheap wedding, I don't know what the place is going to look like. But
state of the art, I am sure. I just don't recall any taxpayer in Union County requesting that the freeholders build this facility over at Galloping Hill Golf Course. Yes, the old building there was dated and in need of replacement, but we only needed a small building. We didn't need a banquet hall. Again, we're getting what we deserve when we don't participate.
And finally, the question about what government can do or can compete. There are no property taxes they pay, which is a major cost for these other businesses. So that's why I asked, is it legal? They seem to say, well, of course it's legal and we can do anything. So can they go into business against you? I mean, you've got an accounting firm. You got a deli. Can the county open up delis all over? They don't have to pay property taxes on it. Just corner the market on delis or anything like that. You would think that there would be some restriction. Like, for example, bond money. You can't bond because tax deferred municipal bonds. I mean, they don't pay taxes on it. You can't bond and then invest in the stock market and make arbitrage your way to more money. That's illegal. But to open a business without the property tax liability and competing against everyone, you would think that would not be allowed. But
Well, I mean, we do have skating rinks. We do have baseball fields that are public facilities, and then there are the same facilities in the private sector existing. So I'm not sure if I understand or agree with your analogy of whether
well, not
they
to
can
make
go-
a profit though. I mean, to break even, but to make a profit. I mean, the government should be non-profit in theory. But if they get into everything, and with that huge advantage of not paying property taxes,
I believe the government should be set up to provide the services that the private sector cannot do for themselves. We can't dredge rivers, we can't pave our roads, we can't any number of things, but we can build golf courses, we can build banquet halls, and the government should stay out of that and stay in the business of providing services that we can't provide ourselves.
yeah, especially this government.